Yeah, for some reason, unless you're repel tricking, the likelihood of you running into this thing is actually pretty damn slim. Also, just Solgaleo Lunala battle music. I don't know why. It has nothing to do with Mew. Alright. Now, Slumbork is relatively slow, which makes me wonder if the level difference is actually going to be enough to put me over speed-wise. Find out. Okay, cool. It is asleep, which means it is not going to be running away at all, unlike in Heart Gold Soul Silver, where it can just sort of roam around the place in a subconscious state. So, here is where I just start lobbing Pokeballs, and with any luck, it is going to stay in one. Instead, it's just going to break out of the first one I throw at it with immediate effect. Not what I want. Not what I want, old fella. Got it. 250. Raise the bat for that one. We've made it to 250. And please tell me you want to battle me. Yes! Sweet! I was looking for some random loose ends to tie up for the next segment so I don't have to go after the Elite Four yet. So I can go and fight the full-strength youngster Joey. It's not happening in this segment, but the fact that it is booked there means I'm all sorted. Right, throw, backup save, 5. So what we need to do now is we need to go and do the Celebi event. The Celebi event, you might expect to be the sort of the same, and for the most part it is. The one thing that is missing though, and what people will be glad to see missing, is the random just 24-hour wait that you have to have after giving Kurt the GS ball. You can just bypass that and you don't even have to use the thing for it. So, to do the Celebi event, we start by going into the Ilex Forest. We'll put up a rappel here so we don't have to run into any random crap. And we want to go up here, and up at this shrine there's just a random girl. You just talk to her, and she tells you that Kurt probably knows something about the protector of the forest. So, now that's out of the way, we leave. And we go and talk to Kurt. And then he tells you to go and see Professor Oak. Also, this guy's completely useless because this guy actually sells the apricorn balls. So, yeah, there you go. Also, fastballs are like the most expensive goddamn thing. Okay, so now that's out of the way. Let's actually take the opportunity here to replace Hypno on the team display since he's not in the team at the moment. I don't know why I feel like I need to waste the time doing random editing on the fly, but whatever. Go down to Pallet Town, and then we go and talk to Professor Oak. Now, it should be pointed out here that you can do this event pretty much at any time you want, but this is the point where it basically determines whether or not you have to fight Professor Oak or not, because you can fight him, and you have the opportunity to do that later on. But if you talk to him and blah, 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 and he asks you about the thingy, and so basically what happens here is that there are 3 different requirements. You only have to fill one of the requirements, but there's 3 of them that you can fill. You either have to have caught a legendary, which I guess is the thing here. And for him, that's just enough to catch the legendary. The other requirements that you can fulfill are to have 8 badges, or if you don't have either of those, then he will challenge you to a battle. Now, he's not going to be particularly easy because I saw what he was using, and his lead was level 40 Eevee. So, he will put you through the test in trying to actually, you know, go after Celebi. So, yeah. Let me actually quickly throw a save state. Yeah, throw a save state here just to... Okay, I guess I can talk to him once I'm done with the event and battle him then. I'll probably do that in the next segment. So now that's out of the way, we go back to Kurt, because we've got the GS ball in our possession. So yeah, it does take a little while. So you can either choose to wait the 24 hours, or you can tell that waiting period to go eat a bag of dicks and just go back to talk to Professor Oak again. It's very, very dumb. So, we're going to go and talk to Professor Oak then, aren't we? So, random thing about the GS ball. A lot of people will know about the GS ball from the anime and how completely useless it was. Random bit of trivia about the GS ball was that it was actually intended to have a purpose in the anime, but they ended up scrapping it because it was going to have something to do with Celebi, and then they decided for the 4th movie, the Pokemon Forever movie, that they were going to have Celebi be the main, like, focus of the film. And so they basically just decided to write it off in the anime as just give the GS ball to Kurt and hopefully people would forget about it. Obviously that was a pretty dumb mentality because people aren't going to forget about the damn GS ball, especially since there was nothing that was really came about of it. The intention was for the GS ball to be opened at some point, and inside would be a Celebi that would follow Ash and his friends through a particular arc of the Johto series. And of course, because the movie was a thing, that did not ever actually eventuate. So there's the random little tidbit about the GS ball that some people might not know about. The information for that came from Bulbapedia, for the record. And so now that we've talked to Old Mate, let's just not worry about the repel, we'll go ahead and talk to Kurt again. Kuruk Angna. And then what you're seeing here is actually the original event as it is in Pokemon Crystal. When this actually happens, Kurt comes out, sort of goes on about the forest being restless, gives the GS ball back to you. And then when we walk into the forest itself, the trees are blowing. The trees are just sort of animated for whatever reason. And so we go in through here. And then we want to lead with Elegigal here, because we're about to encounter the final Pokemon for our collection. Interact with it, just random hole that you can fit the GS ball inside. I still can't really say I understand all of the connotations that the GS ball has with Celebi, but whatever. Also, as it summons, it, for some stupid reason, has the summoning music for Lugia and Ho-Oh. And then on top of that, it also just has the Ho-Oh battle music. So, it is level 30, which is the same level that it is encountered at in Crystal. So this is basically just the Crystal event. It's just that you get the GS ball from a different location. In the regular Crystal games, in the English version of Crystal, you can only get it from Game Shark. In Japanese, the Pokemon Center in Goldenrod is replaced with like a Pokemon Communication Center. Like it does have it's like a Pokemon Center but expanded. And in there you could link your Game Boy to a mobile phone, and that allowed you to download like fun stuff. Among that was the egg ticket, which you would take to the daycare and it would give you an egg, the odd egg to be specific, and that egg had a 50% chance of hatching into a shiny. We sadly only got the 1 in 8 shot, roughly. And in addition to that, you could get the GS ball from that method. In the Virtual Console re-releases of Crystal, they made it so that once you've beaten the Elite Four, you just go to, I think, the Goldenrod Pokemon Center, and then just some dude randomly hands you the GS ball, allowing you to go and catch Celebi. It technically means that Celebi is the second ever mythical to be made legitimately available in the wild without any sort of outside influence like an event or anything like that. The first obviously being Deoxys in Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. So, I'm kind of wondering now if I should even switch back into Paralyze since this thing has Heal Bell. Heal Bell, if my memory serves me correctly, does only have 5 PP though, so if I can get it to blow through those, then I should be able to just stick the Paralysis and keep throwing balls at this thing. The other thing as well is I'm not too sure if this thing has recover. It does have safeguard though, so I can't actually paralyze this thing, so I'm basically just stuck throwing Pokeballs at this stage. So here we go. Of course, just made sure that it got at least one more 3 and breakout just for good measure. Because you just got to do that. And another one, of course. I'm not speeding this one up because this is like the last thing I'm going to catch in this playthrough, so let's just make it as epic as possible. I'm already past 40 minutes into the segment, so there you go. Third time is the charm. That, ladies and gentlemen, will complete the Pokedex in this game. So you can rejoice. Also, Kurt just sort of shows up. And for some reason just has Yusin's music. Cool. Alright. That's it. 251 scene, 251 courts. I'm not too sure how I'm going to show off the full collection in like one section or wherever, but I'll work it out. We've got everything. I should probably double check. Here, I'm gonna just sort the rest of these Pokemon into their boxes on screen because screw it. I just want to make sure that there's nothing actually missing, because if there is, I'm gonna be sad. You go there. What is next? What else have I got? Alakazam, that goes in, I think, box 4. What else have we got? Poliwrath, you go into box 4, I think, as well. Yeah, here we go. Poliwrath. Redone goes into box 6. And then we have Steelix, which goes into box, I think, 11. I think it's 208. It's 208, right? 208, yeah. Okay, and then lastly is Wigglytuff, which goes into box 2. I believe it's number 40. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to change box. So every box that has 20 Pokemon in it is a complete box. Box 3 is missing something. What are we missing? Only 19 in it. 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56. Oh, I forgot to get a Primeape. Yeah, because the only Primeape I've got is a shiny one. Derp. I derped. That actually really upsets me because I wanted Celebi to be the one that actually complete the full collection. And even though I remembered that I needed a Hypno for the collection, I forgot that I needed a freaking Primeape for the collection. I am sad. Let's make sure that that's the only thing I need. 20, 20, 20, 20. That's 11, yeah. So, yeah. Primeape. I'm gonna go grab it on screen. Because, fuck it. I'm making people watch this. At this stage, it's gonna be bloody 50 minutes by the time I'm finished recording. But yeah, thankfully I don't have to go too far into the cave. Fuck off, Goldeen. You need to just... I don't want to show up... I don't want to run into another one on the way there. Don't make me run into another one. Fuck you. Fuck you, you're making me waste time. So yeah, this turned into a bit of a train wreck towards the end there, but... Nah. It's not going to be an LP without it being a train wreck at some point. Thankfully, the Primeape decided to show up on the very first encounter. For some reason, I still feel like it's fitting that this Primeape be the last thing that gets added to the collection, just because it was the one random encounter shiny that I've encountered in this playthrough. So, you know what? I'm alright with that. Let's do that. Get false swipes going and then hopefully catch this thing sooner rather than later. I don't think that this thing has a recoil attack. What's it? Fury Swipes, Cross Chop. I think it has Focus Energy as well. I don't think I can get any recoil moves. Might have Thrash though. That might be obnoxious, but as long as it's fully paralyzed and not moving, then I'm alright with that as long as the thing goes into the ball quickly. And it's not. Sadness Mountain. And of course it's got to hit 5 times with that. Can you not waste my time, please? Seriously, you need to... No, you just need to not do that. Thank you. Decent DV spread, though, to be fair. And the box is filled. Oh, I had box 3 as active, didn't I? Okay, that's awesome. I inadvertently had box 3 set as the active, so the Primeape has gone straight into its correct slot. Well, as far as I'm concerned, that's good enough. So we're going to end this segment in the exact tile that I started it in. So by this point, you've probably already worked out that I've decided to split these segments a bit differently than how I was intending to when I started recording. Because we're just going to go and do those loose end tying ups right now with the just after catching the mythicals in the one segment. So here we go. Let's go ahead and have a chat with Professor Oki. I've not checked his... I don't know if his team is going to be any different at all, but we're about to find out. He also just tells me about, you know, Celebi and all that sort of fun stuff. And now, once that's out of the way, we can have a chat with him. And wants to have a battle. So let's have a go. Let's have a go at this, shall we? It's just occurred to me that Pokedex still has not gotten rid of Rollout. So, yeah. Anyhow, lead Eevee, level 40 lead, so I'm not really expecting a whole lot here. In before his ace is like a level 100 new or some shit like that. Anyway. Okay, get a baton pass. What's his response going to be? Gyarados. Okay. 40. Alright. So it looks like he's probably just packing a team of level 40s or something like that. Probably something somewhat similar to the team that he used in Red, Blue, Yellow. I mean, obviously, I put that in quotation marks as in, like, he does have battle data in Red, Blue, and Yellow. You just have to, like, Mew Glitch to trigger the fight or use, like, a Game Shark code because it doesn't actually... It's not accessible normally. So, there's Gyarados. Here's the Eevee. At this stage, it's pretty much just going to be a pushover, so I figured I might as well just get it out of the way. Tauros. So nice battle of the sexes there. Get out. What else is he packing? Executor. Yeah, this is very similar to his Red, Blue, Yellow teams. Does he have a starter as his last? Nope, just an Arcanine. I kind of figured he'd have all the evolutions in here, but apparently not. And I get phased out. Don't care. You're a pushover. Piss off. Cool. So now that's out of the way. That's one random little loose end battle type thing out of the way. 2 more to go. And of course, we have to run into a wild Pokemon on the way up to Viridian. Because I've got to go get Kalima. I'll probably just leave Kalima in the party, honestly. Because I don't think there's going to be... I can't say that I'm going to be really met with too much of a massive threat. Unless for some reason... I don't even know what to bloody think of what Joey could have as a set 16 team. So, let's just because... I can't seem to get enough of this. Change the display because... Whatever. And then we... do this. Run into like 24 more wild Pokemon. Surprisingly, no. Right. How terrible are you going to be for me to fight? Let's throw a save state. Slot 6. Does he truly have a top percentage Rattata here? Just one. Level 100? Yep. He realized his dream of rolling only the Rattata. Oh geez, Super Fang. That can do quite a lot. Thankfully though, this thing shouldn't have such mass, shouldn't have too many defensive. Shouldn't be too hugely defensive, so Steel Wing should still cut through this like a knife through butter. Yep, +2. There you go. Level 100 Rattata for shits and gigs more than anything else, really. But I enjoyed it. So now that's out of the way, there's just one more battle that needs to be done, and this is going to take place in Route 32, like more like the Cherry Grove Bay type area, but you'll know what you know what I mean. At first I thought that was a decent DV spread, and then I found out it had 0 defense. Yeah, I used a thing there. So there's just a random dude there messing about with some kind of piece of paper. This guy is actually kind of awesome. I don't think he's got a particularly strong team, although I will put Elegiggle up the front just in case. And save state in slot 6. So this guy's name's Robert. He is an in-game avatar representing the person who is currently in the process of writing out the full wild Pokemon locations list for this hack. It's still not complete quite yet, but we have this NPC here representing him, and he has the and he just goes around to different locations. He's in every location that you can show up in before you meet him, but once you meet him, then you can challenge him to a battle, and he'll give you the full layout of wild Pokemon information for the area that you find him in. And he is a chronicler, because he is chronicling all the wild Pokemon locations. So yeah, level 49. Can't say I'm expecting too much resistance here. And then he's got a Blastoise, which is going to cop a Thunderbolt to the face. Level 50 is pretty formidable, but you're weak to electricity. And then lastly, a Togetic, because Togetic's just kind of adorable, I suppose. I imagine all of his team probably just has Surf as like a gimmick. I don't know about good battle, but how's this for awesome? Tells you exactly what you can find in this grass. And then, of course, what's in the caves. So if you're planning on playing through this ROM hack, here's some ideas for early game team members. Fucking Kangaskhan if you're lucky enough to find it at a 1% in that cave. Magnemite as well, Magby as well. So there's a fair few decent picks here if you want to grab some team members for this playthrough. You can just go into the cave and grab some stuff out like that. So that's all 3 of those random battles out of the way. So I believe all that's really left for me to do is to get my Pokedex rated and go and get the diploma. So let's start by getting the Pokedex rated here. I wonder if that's actually a thing in Gold Silver Crystal, or if that's like unique music added to this hack. Because that's like the triumphant music that plays when you complete your Pokedex in later generations. I'm not too sure if it was where it was first introduced though. I think I want to take the main entrance here. Can I just get in the damn door? Is that a female? Yeah. I know that there was... Okay, yeah, it's a female. Because there's another... There's a guy in like a house in Pewter City, I think, that has a male Nidoran, but it's got the same coloration. But the game doesn't say anything about it being shiny. So I'm not too sure if that's like a bug or if it was actually supposed to be shiny. Now, I think I talked to this dude. Yep. Yep. And the epic music again, because awesome. I came so close to pulling this off in Pokemon Silver. And then the battery in the cartridge died and I lost the save file. It was terrible. So, there we go. And I've completed the new Pokedex. And must always have the printer error music. Although, that's really, really quiet. Whatever. Okay, that is out of the way now. A recap of what happened in this segment just for my own personal reference. I started by finding Mew, catching that, did Celebi, cut the segment because I thought that was going to be in the previous segment, and then decided against it and recorded me going through Oak, Robert, and Set 16 Youngster Joey. I believe that's about it. Alright, we're about good. Okay, next time we will be going after the rematched Elite Four, so I will see you for that. Sorry, I forgot about this guy, the guy with all of his ducks. We must fight this guy and all of his ducks. Also because he's probably packing something that, like I noticed this in the Crystal Clear Discord that he might have something of somewhat interest. So we're about to find out. Must have like a Cyberduck and name it Chicken because everything being out of place is cool, I guess. What the hell is free cat? I thought you said you had ducks. Dick. Get the hell out of here with your bland cat. Puppy? Must always What the hell are these nicknames? God damn it. Get the hell out of my face. Stupid puppy. It's like Imakuni. Minion. Oh my god. Ah! I was hoping for like some stupid Spy Kids reference with a Pokemon with like 3 heads. Or like a really mutated looking head. Although to be fair, yeah. Yellow. And all that sort of thing. Arby. I know Arby's is like a restaurant. A fast food restaurant in the States. But I don't know what this has to do with Arby. I don't know. It's probably something else entirely different. And what else has he got? Thought so. So, here we go. We're just going to switch. We're just going to stay in because I can just psychic the damn thing. It's not exactly that difficult. Doesn't mean it's a freaking ghastly. It's a shiny Celebi. This is what piqued my interest about it in the Crystal Clear Discord. Because there was some other random idiot that had just a regular old Ghastly named Celebi. And so now there's a Celebi named Ghastly. And then just to top it off, we're going to have it be a shiny. Because why the hell not, right? Baton Pass is pretty useless to you in this situation since it's your last Pokemon. And thus concludes the entertainment of not really a whole lot of ducks, to be honest. I mean, you had a shiny Celebi, which is nice, but besides that, you're pretty much a liar. Alright, actual end of segment.